That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? One of my favorite shows finally returned to television. Yellowstone is back in what I can only feel, I think, is the longest mid-season break in television history. Because season 5 premiered in 2022. It is now November of 2024, and we are now getting part 2 of season 5. That's how long the mid-season break has been. But anyway, debuted to what they are calling, quote, the biggest premiere night audience ever. The biggest premiere night audience ever. As the first episode back, remember, this is talking in first night viewing, not the first week, not the first 72 hours. On the night it debuted, Yellowstone Season 5 Part 2 debuted, according to the numbers, to over 16 million viewers on the first night. To put that into perspective, Season 5, back in 2022, debuted to what was a record-setting 10 million something viewers on the first night. And this being the first episode without Kevin Costner. And a lot of people wondered when all the we won't revisit all of it, but when the Kevin Costner drama was going down and it was becoming clear he wasn't going to be coming back and they had the big parting of the ways, a lot of people wondered if that would be it for Yellowstone, if it would lose all its popularity. I wondered that. Apparently not, because it's its biggest audience ever. Biggest audience ever. I don't know how Kevin Costner's feeling today.
He found out that what happened to his character.
You're not irreplaceable.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens moving forward. And by the way, just for the record, I love Kevin Costner in Yellowstone. I'm not dissing on Kevin Costner at all. I love Kevin Costner and I loved him in Yellowstone. But I love this show, man. You know, I remember, I can't remember who first turned me on to the show. But when I was a little bit late to it, I think I jumped on board with it in like season 2 or something. But I remember watching it and being floored because like one of my favorite shows ever is Sons of Anarchy. I was like, this is Sons of Anarchy on horses. Or as some other people call it, The Godfather on horses. You know what? It's both. It's Sons of Anarchy and The Godfather had a baby and put that baby on a horse and you got Yellowstone.
Seems irresponsible.
Questionable parenting skills. But still, I loved it. And now for the record, I have not watched the new episode yet. I love this show. I'm passionate about it, but I haven't seen the new episode yet. Again, the weekend was filled with a lot of football and me and Ann doing a bunch of things. But I cannot wait to watch it. But again, this is the popularity of this series has always been underplayed. It is a massive popular show, and it is a wonderful show. If you guys haven't started watching Yellowstone yet, I would highly encourage you to go right back to season 1. Start it off. It's some of the best characters on television. I absolutely love this series, and it's going to be very interesting to see how I feel the DNA of the show has changed without Kevin Costner there, because he was the main character of the show. But still, I'm excited about it. Anyway, Chris, are you surprised to hear these numbers? Where did you think the series might go without Kevin Costner? It looks like it's only gone up. What do you think?
I feel like people were going to tune in just to see how it was being handled, if anything.
Yeah.
And Kevin Costner, there we go, was doing a podcast on Sirius XM where he talked about, he was like, I keep seeing ads for my face on it. And I'm just like, I'm not in this one. What are they going to do? Like he missed the premiere and that's how he found out what happens with everything, just like everyone else. I think too, he's been handling this with a lot of grace since he left, especially with how his films have done.
Yeah.
And he talked about, hey, it was really hard for them to maintain a schedule and everything with how I needed my schedule to be. And, it was contractually difficult to get things happening. And I completely understand they have to do what they have to do. And, they're really smart people working on that show. So I'm interested to see where it goes. So I think he's handling this in a really classy way. But I do think there's nothing better for your own show than behind the scenes drama to push that viewership for everyone to go, ooh, but how do they deal with this? What is the way they're going to execute this main character no longer being part of the program? And I think that definitely would drive a lot of people who aren't typically Yellowstone viewers to jump in and see what they're doing.
You know, you bring up the behind the scenes drama because for a while there, it was nasty. Like Kevin Costner and his people were saying a bunch of stuff. And who's the showrunner again of Yellowstone?
Sheridan.
Tyler Sheridan, who makes tons of great stuff. Mayor of Kingstown. Anyway, him and his camp were saying a whole, like, it was getting nasty. And very few things frustrate me as much in Hollywood and even in YouTube as when people start airing their grievances publicly. Like, I think it is the most, I only speak from, I'm a guy, so I can only speak from the perspective of a guy. As a guy, I think it's the most unmanly, wussy thing you can do is when these people start chirping at each other over public channels. It's like, grow the fuck up, be men, pick up your phone, call each other. If you got something to say to somebody, pick up the phone and say it to them directly. And I got the feeling that they did that because it was getting really nasty publicly and all of a sudden it stopped. So I have a feeling like somebody from Sheridan's camp got on the phone with somebody from Costner's camp and just said, look, none of us look good with all this stuff. Let's say we just stop and it'll be better for everybody if we do, because it seriously did. It was so nasty for a bit and then out of nowhere, just bang, it stopped. So I think at some point cooler heads prevailed and they just said, okay, let's stop. And now they're saying things like Kevin Costner saying, oh yeah, you know, we just couldn't make the schedules work. We all know it was more than that, but I love that he said that.
Exactly.
I thought it was good. So it's going to be really interesting now to see what the ratings on the show are going to be, because it wasn't just let's tune in and see how they handle it. Do the ratings drop on the next episode? Do they continue to go up? I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Miracle Made. Guys, it's hot outside and your nighttime bedroom temperature has a huge impact on your sleep quality. So if you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Miracle Made sheets are inspired by NASA and use silver-infused fabrics that are temperature regulating so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. There are just so many things that make these sheets so fantastic. We already mentioned the self-cooling properties for better quality sleep, but they're also self-cleaning. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. So go to trymiracle.com/Campea. That's TRYMIRACLE.com/Campea to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code Campea at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. So upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Campea and use the code Campea to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Campea to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? The debut of the 2-year-long wait for the debut of season 5, part 2. Took 2 years to get it to us, but what do you think about the numbers? Are you surprised? Are you not? Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.